Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In this video, I will explain some system information that useful during the pandemic. That's catering information system. March 2020 was the first year in which the deadly virus entered Indonesia. The disease, which is believed to have originated in the land of the pandas or usually known by China, is slowly spreading throughout the world. Country after country has been affected by this deadly virus, and Indonesia is no exception. Panic began to hit this country because many people died from exposure to this virus. That is the coronavirus, or commonly called COVID-19. COVID-19 is believed to be very deadly because this virus attacks the human respiratory system. People who die from exposure to this virus are caused by having a weak immune system. The government also appeals to the Indonesian people to maintain their health and also remind each other. In addition, wise steps were finally taken by the government. The government made some wise decisions to tackle this problem. Some of the decisions taken by the government to reduce the number of deaths due to COVID-19 is implementing physical distancing. Of course, support from the community is needed to overcome this problem. In fact, people only need to obey the government's policies. But our society is so stubborn. Many people still violate the government's policy. As a result, the number of deaths in Indonesia has increased. The death rate, which was initially in the hundreds, due to the stubbornness of our society, the death rate reached thousands and even tens of thousands. Therefore, the government made a new policy, namely by implementing PPKM, or enforcement of restrictions on community activities, by imposing sanctions on anyone who violates it. The sanctions can be in the form of imprisonment or by paying a fine. Okay, first of all, we need to know what is physical distance means. Physical distance is a preventive measure to prevent the spread of infectious disease by maintaining physical distance between one person and each other, and reducing the number of people who are in close contact with each other. By implementing physical distancing, it doesn't mean we can have contact with people. This means that Indonesian people can keep their distance from each other by staying in their homes, but the relationships can still be done on social media. As explains above, that during this pandemic, we must keep our distance from each other. Mean we minimize our contact with other people. But in reality, especially the housewives, have to keep doing their jobs, such as cooking. In cooking, the ingredients needed to make it delicious and enjoyed by the family, and it takes time to buy these ingredients at the supermarket. We all know that physical distancing must be done by not crowding, for example, in the supermarket. In other cases, for married couples who are busy with their professions, usually they will order catering for their daily meals. Meanwhile, it is rare to find an information system that serves food catering during this pandemic. So we need an information system that serves food catering. The goal is to make it easier for married couples who choose to order catering instead of cooking themselves. What I mean by catering information system here is an information system in the form of an application which contains information related to food catering. In this application, there will be several features such as food catering ordering feature, shopping feature, receipt feature, and also information about the culinary world. The hope is that with these features, consumers can order food catering simply by using the application. The features that are available in this application have their respective functions. The first is food catering feature. In these features, consumers can choose the available food. Consumer will choose food and will be delivered by courier the next day. So, for example, if a customer orders food on Monday, the food will be delivered on Tuesday, the next day. In this feature, consumers can choose three foods at once, which are for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The purpose of being delivered the next day is so that the food is still fresh because quality is number one. At every mealtime, there are three dishes. For example, for breakfast, there will be a menu of porridge, kodok rice, and yellow rice, for example, as well as for lunch and dinner. Three different menus will be provided. The purpose of providing three different cuisine menus so that consumers don't get bored with the dishes that have been served. Another advantage that can be obtained from these features is that consumers can request a menu of dishes that will be served for the next day. Three dishes that get the most requests will be served for the next day. So the second feature is the shopping features. These features provides a variety of ingredients to make dishes. For a housewife who do not order food catering can buy ingredients to make their own dishes through this feature. We are well aware that not all housewives will order our food catering. The reason is because there are some housewives who really like to cook, and even it has become a hobby. Therefore, this application provides a shopping feature that is specifically for housewives who cook their own dishes. But that doesn't mean the housewives who don't cook their own food, which is ordering food catering, cannot buy ingredients for cooking in the shopping feature. Anyone has the right to buy ingredients in these features. The consumers will get a much cheaper price if they shop for cooking ingredients in this application, and of course, it will be sent to the consumer's address without any shipping costs. The third feature is the food receipt feature. In this feature, there will be several receipts that users of this application can try. The goal is for applications user to have useful activities during this pandemic, not just staying at home. During this pandemic, we have to move our bodies to stay healthy, and one of them is by cooking. So that is the purpose of this third feature. The next is the fourth features. The fourth features and that the same time the last features in this application is news about the development of the culinary world. In these features, user can read news about culinary. These features will include news articles ranging from the experience of a world chef, new recipes, building a food and beverage business, and other news. For users who are interested in building a food and beverage business, it will be very useful to read the developments in the culinary world in this feature. It is also very useful for other users because by reading this news or these articles, the user's insight into the culinary world is getting wider. Another advantage that users get from this application is the flexible payment. The payments in these applications only accepts payments through digital wallets and does not accept cash payments. The purpose is to avoid contact between consumers and the courier when the courier sends food catering. In this application, there are many options in the payment. Consumers can pay via ShopeePay, Dana, GoPay, OVO, or other platforms. With this convenience, consumers only need to choose a menu and, and pay for it immediately. This pandemic period is indeed not easy to conquer. Government policy that orders the Indonesian people to practice physical distances by minimizing contact with other people. We as a good society should obey these policies. The existence of a food catering information system will help housewives who are busy with their work. This can also help housewives who do not want to leave the house to buy cooking ingredients. In addition, it can also help beginners who want to learn cook. From this information system, it is hoped that it can help the government to overcome this pandemic, at least by minimizing crowds. It also help it also hope that this information system can continue to be useful in the future, even if a pandemic occurs again. That's for me. Thank you and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.